Hello, welcome to CSC Sports. I'm your host, Jay Howard, and today I got a question for you guys. Who do you think will have the biggest impact on their new teams? Steven Jackson or Percy Harvin? Let's get started. Well, let's look at some statistics with the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, they were fifth in passing. Passing yards per game, 294.9. In rushing, they were 29th in rushing. And they was only averaging like 87 yards per game last year with their run game. Flat out. We move over to Seattle with passing. They were 29th in passing. They had a nice, efficient passing game, though, but they was only getting like 200 yards in the air. Rushing, they were third. 161 per game. Now, excuse me. When we look at the two, you got a wide receiver, a multi-talented wide receiver that can do a lot, from kickoff returns, punt returns, receiving the ball. If you need to come out the backfield, he can do whatever. Percy Harvin is a utility guy, in my opinion. He can do everything. You know what I mean? He can do everything. He's fast, kind of short, but he's fast. He's athletic. He can do everything. You move over to the veteran and Steven Jackson, 10-year guy. Steven Jackson has proved he can get 1,500 yards. And he's been playing on a bad team for a long time. So you have to imagine playing with the offense of Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez. It's being anchored by Matt Ryan and Jaquez Rogers backing him up, in the backfield. When I look at that and I look at Michael Turner last year, he wasn't terrible, but he was a big letdown compared to what he was doing, previously in the years before. He was a nice back, a top 10 back. He dropped off a lot last year. His numbers had just dropped off. So when I look at the impact out of the two, and you move over to Seattle, let's look at Seattle's roster offensively. They're being anchored by Russell Wilson, Sidney Rice, Golden Tate, Zach Miller, and Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn is the flat-out dog, but in my opinion, their strength is on the ground. Percy Harvin is an air guy, you know what I mean? When you look at the two, I think, far as polish, I think Atlanta is a better oiled machine. I think with Julio Jones, what he's becoming into, he's going to be like a top 3 to top 5 receiver already. You see that already. Roddy White, he catches the ball. Every year he's leading top 5 in those statistics in catching and yards, touchdowns. As a receiver, he's up there. Matt Ryan is possibly a top 5 quarterback. Russell Wilson is making a name for himself. Marshawn is a dog, underrated. The health bug is not in Seattle. A lot of those guys, they stay hurt. They don't stay healthy over there at all, because Sidney Rice, he's always on the injury reserve list, and you got Marshawn Lynch at times being on there. Out of the two, I think actually I would take Steven Jackson signing as to be something that can be a huge impact for the Atlanta Falcons. I think them getting a bona fide running game with the passing. They already have a bona fide passing game, but to get a runner like Steven Jackson, a seasoned, humble guy, he's a good guy overall. I think that they benefit the most with that free agent signing. Percy Harvin, he isn't a healthy camper all the time. He has those migraine headaches, and they have Golden Tate already. They have a lot of those small receivers. I thought they should have got some real big receivers, but Percy fits over there because Russell Wilson will find him and get him the ball. So I want to know who you think. Steven Jackson or Percy Harvin, who do you think will have the biggest impact on their new teams? I'm your boy Jay Howard from CSC Sports. Peace, and I'm out.